Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age the Veilguard. This is episode 4. Last time, we went to investigate Demeter's Crossing. Darkspawn and the Blight had infected that location, while also getting a blighted Evanurus dragon scene, just to top it off. And then we came back to the Lighthouse to debrief, had a bit of a meditation session, to be like, so Morrigan just showed up. I don't know who that is. I'm just some random Canary guy who's been friends with Varric for the past almost 12 months. What the heck? So she shows up, and then we have a little meditative session where we link up with Solus once more, and we're reminded about the elven gods and their threat once again. We're still in that sort of early days of the game so far, but we have definitely been reminded quite a few times about the elven gods and their escape. But we must consult with the team, so we're going to talk with Varric. I think we're starting to get into that routine now where we're probably going to start picking up more and more companions and add them to the group. Belara is looking at the Evanurus down below, and we're getting to a point where we're able to talk to some of the characters, and the game lets you know when you're able to. I'm excited to flesh out this lighthouse more, have more companions, and get that ball rolling. I just feel like it's one of those things where this game has an understanding that it's the first new entry in a decade, and carrying off such a heavy cliffhanger, but also being a whole generation ahead in terms of consoles. They've got to do a bit of recap. They've got to do a bit of addressing the situation and what's happened, because the unfortunate thing with sequels and brand new games is you get a lot of newcomers. You get a lot of people that haven't played any of the Dragon Age games, but they're like, I'm going to jump in on this one. I don't personally understand it. I don't get it. It's just a thing that happens with every game in every series. People are like, where do I start? And I would say with the first one. But there's a lot of people that just don't like playing old games, but then they want to join in on the hype for the new stuff. Like, people will say Metal Gear Solid 5 was their first one, and that is questionable, but it's also the most accessible and easiest to buy, at least at the time, especially because it took so long for something like the Master Collection to come out. But rambling, of course, the point is there's going to be a lot of people that are jumping in on this game for the first time, whether we like it or not, and they do account for that because they want the game to be accessible to as many people as possible, which is fair and understanding. It's, of course, a struggle for the returning players who have played and are passionate about the full series as well, because they're like, we know this stuff, but, can't please everyone. So I see that they're doing their best. And again, get mad at EA about it. Don't get mad at BioWare about it, because if it wasn't for EA, BioWare would have released Dragon Age 4 years and years ago, and then it wouldn't have got cancelled for a live service thing that they were like, oh crap, that's actually not doing so well, so we're going to cancel that again, and now we have the Veilguard. So keep that in mind when we're getting, when we're seeing people get upset. Be upset at the people that have constantly put BioWare in this situation. EA, it's in the game. Let's talk to Varric, however, and get focused on the actual game itself. He's up now. He's sat up. He had a big old nap, and he's ready to go.
So Solus told the truth about the gods.
You heard? It's bad, Varric. If you'd seen Demeter's Crossing...
The team needs to act fast. And it can't do that with me leading from a bed. You've got to take point on this.
I can't do what you do. I've barely been holding it together in the short time you've been out.
You don't need to do what I do. You just need to get it done. Rook, when I put this team together, what did I look for? A detective to find the Dreadwolf, and a scout to get us the lay of the land. Exactly the people he'd expect me to recruit. Disciplined, predictable. And then there's you. Remember when we first met, kid? You stopped an entire undead rebellion with less than a dozen Morn Watchers.
Just needed a bolder approach than Watchers usually take.
And no one else knew it. Only you figured it out. Ticked off a bunch of snooty Navarrans, but you've got a knack, kid.
For what?
Finding a way through the wildest shit I've ever seen. With a plan that no one expects. On the best day of his life, Solus wouldn't see you coming, Rook. And don't worry. I'll still be here to talk if you need me.
Yeah, we can talk to Varric about things that he cannot confirm nor deny. It's so nice to hear Varric's voice, honestly. Just new dialogue. It's great. I do like that there is backstory in dialogue of where my character comes from. I would have loved to have played that, you know? It would have been a really cool thing to have Rook and Varric's meeting maybe as the opening of the game. And then it does the cyberpunk thing where it goes 8 months later. You know what I mean? Like we have the 6-month cyberpunk time jump to really get you through the thing. Like, don't copy that verbatim with a montage, but a playable origin would be really cool. Having Rook coming into play here and then Varric meeting him and that sort of establishing their connection and dynamic for the first time instead of the, hey, remember when we met? Because that is, you know, against the show don't tell aspect of it, and I would love it to be shown. Because they're talking about it and I'm like, I would have liked to have seen that. That would have been cool. And it's interesting because he's like, Solus considers you, like Solus would consider Rook to be an unpredictable rogue element. But then we had our meditation dream with him and he's like, I know who you are. I've researched you all this time because I found out that Varric had been searching for me. You know what I mean? So I guess we're not that much of an unpredictable element to Solus after all. So we can talk only about stuff that's happened in this game, not any stuff about how we first met or backstory stuff. You can assume at this point, you know, in terms of getting to know Varric as Rook, they've done that off screen. You know what I mean? Like they've had that relationship, they've had that bonding time. I do want to be able to talk to my other companions and get to know them. Like we've only met, we've only met like Harding and Neve for the first time, and Balara. So I want these opportunities for Rook to actually talk and be like, where do you come from? What do you do? And we don't have that option at this point in time yet to just talk to them and ask. I'm hoping that that opens up because we'll need it. I think we'll need it. So let's go in order.
There is something. Did Neve tell you about me talking to Solus in the Fade?
I had some good arguments with Chuckles back in the day. I can't imagine being stuck with him in my head. But how are you feeling about it?
Your old friend is kind of an asshole, Varric.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall while the two of you get into it. Solus fought a rebellion against Elgar'nan and Gillenane. He didn't want to be a god. But he's also a lot older and more powerful than any of us. He looks at us like we're toddlers.
So how do I deal with him?
Well, act like you're as smart as he is, and he'll be insufferable. Show him you respect his age and experience, and he'll remind you he's just a man. Honestly, pick whichever of those pisses you off less.
He also asked me to tell you that he regrets what happened. Hurting you, I mean.
Chuckles is sentimental. He could burn the world down, and the thing that would make him cry is a single flower with blackened petals.
I like that there is the dialogue and us being able to mention that to him, though.
When I took over at the ritual site, I had to make a call on who came with me to knock over that statue. It was the first decision I made leading this team, and Harding got hurt because of it.
You made a decision with the best information you had. Sometimes you do that, and people end up hurt. Or worse.
What would you have done?
What would I have done? Probably gotten myself killed and failed to stop the ritual if you hadn't stepped in. A good leader isn't someone who never makes mistakes. It's someone who admits when they make one. That's how you earn their trust.
I like that mention about making a choice in the moment and someone gets hurt or worse, and I'm just going to choose for myself to relate that to the Dragon Age Inquisition decision of Hawk or Alistair staying behind in the Fade, because they're these choices that you make in the moment. Sometimes people get hurt, sometimes even worse. For me personally, I feel like Varric would have that in the back of his mind. You know what I mean? For me.
Demeter's Crossing was awful. While we were there, we found one survivor, the mayor.
You left him to fend for himself.
Not everyone was happy about my decision. We're just starting out, and I'm already losing their trust.
The key to earning the team's trust isn't to only make decisions everyone agrees with. It's showing the team that they can tell you whatever's on their mind, even if they think you're full of crap, and know you'll listen.
That's a very important point, because that's one of the best elements of companions coming together in a party, is they're not all agreeable and they're not all happy-go-lucky about dynamics where they just, like, everyone just says, yeah, whatever you say, you know, I don't want to upset you. There are these people that do, like, meet for the first time and have to work through the awkwardness and the teething issues of getting to know each other, and arguments happen and fights happen, and you work through those things together. You can upset people, you can offend people, and the important thing is how you go about discussing that together, remedying that, reaching common ground. And Varric's advice to Rook here is really good, where he's like, you can upset people, it's okay, but you can talk through it. Something that is interesting, though, it was 2-1. Like, Ballara and Harding were fine with that. In fact, they were keen on it. So what should have been said is we pissed Neve off, and we didn't even piss Neve off, because Neve didn't seem too positive or negative either way, but disapproved of the decision. It's not like she went, ugh, Rook, you're a horrible person. Neve was like, and disapproved. So it's an interesting that the dialogue doesn't really seem to match the that scene for me.
I'll let you get some rest.
You're gonna be fine, Rook. Hey, one last thing before you go. I've been racking my brain thinking of contacts who might help us with these gods.
You got any ideas?
Nothing. But being a leader isn't about having all the answers yourself. It's about knowing who does. Neve has connections to a whole world that Harding and I barely know. Might be worth talking to her.
Will do. Thanks, Varric.
Anytime.
As assumedly the ex-Viscount of Kirkwall.
I wish I could be out there with you, Rook. Just be careful, all right?
As like ex-Viscount, assumedly ex-Viscount of Kirkwall. I would assume Varric would have more than enough contacts, especially with his stuff with like Merchants Guild and Inquisition and all of the things that he's dealt with over the years. Like, who is the Grand Divine? Who's the Divine right now? And if it's not Leliana, where's old Mrs. Spymaster at? Where are these contacts? How do you feel about Hawk? Does Hawk exist to you? Does Meryl, Isabel, any of these characters exist to you? I'm not sure. I have no contacts, kid, because I can't accidentally bring someone in from the past. Because it might contradict with someone's storyline from Dragon Age 2, and we can't do that. So we got to do Neve. It does make sense that Neve would have contacts and people in a part of the world that we haven't been to before in Thetis, in Tevinter and Minrathous, but you know that Varric would also have people all over the place. Let's talk to Cullen. Let's talk to Cassandra. You know, let's get the Inquisitor on board. Varric, the Inquisitor is a decent contact. I'll be so curious to see how our Inquisitor is pulled into the story. How is that going to happen? We got the lantern on. Let's see if Neve will be annoyed at us about the disagreement. She doesn't have trust in us anymore, according to Rook.
Hey, Neve. Hi, Wisps.
Yeah, they're still here, but you're here for leads. You want allies to go after the gods? I've got places to look, if we can get anywhere but Arlathan.
Valara's working on it. What have you got?
Let's start with the angles we know. The gods are corrupt magic personified. Who do we hire to fight that? First, the Antivan Crows.
You want to fight gods with assassins?
Not just any assassin, their most feared mage killer, the Demon of Virantium.
Ah, screw that guy. Let's get Zevran on board. You heard of him? He's great. He'll make this place a party.
Working with a feared mage killer doesn't bother you?
If he doesn't have a contract out on me, it's not a problem.
It's very interesting to think about the mage aspect of Dragon Age, where we had everything that was going on in Dragon Age 2 leading to Anders and nuking the Chantry, essentially, and then having the whole tension and aspect of Inquisition between the mages and the Templars, and it's been 10 years since then, so I'm kind of curious how things have gone, because I guess, you know, there hasn't been an immediate threat of, like, Solus as the Dreadwolf, like, it's led up to this point of the ritual happening, so I just have so many questions, and they are burning questions. They really are just these desperate burning questions of what's happened in the past 10 years and what's going on politically in this landscape in terms of divine stuff and mages and all of those things. We have our feared mage killer. I'm hoping that we'll get some codex notes and actual scenes in the game that will really seek to keep us updated as to what's happened, because so far the dialogue has been here's what's immediately happening, and then here's what was happening during Inquisition, and so there's that big 10-year gap of what's happened. I want to be able to have a character mention events that have happened over the course of this gap, and I assume it'll come. I hope it'll come. If not in lore notes at the very least. But I don't want it to be like a situation where it's like we're gonna do a novel or a comic series about the years between. I would like to get it in the game. So hopefully we do, because we've got our feared mage killer. So maybe we'll get to know him and be like, sir, when did you get in the business of killing mages? How'd that come about? A lot of Templar related contracts popping up. If I was a mage, this would probably be what I would pick.
It's a fancy name. Can he back it up?
That's the question. The demon got his nickname taking out blood mages and Venatori. From everything I've learned, the reputation was earned. I never uncovered his real name, and there's been fewer stories the last few years, but the Crows would know. I can set a meeting with their bosses.
Okay, more so blood mages and Venatori, less the common mage.
As soon as possible.
I hadn't planned to dawdle.
You said the Crows were first. What's next?
A trip home.
Back to Minrathous.
Capital city and heart of Tevinter. An empire of mages that knows a thing or two about corrupt magic.
Tevinter authority.
Won't help and can't be trusted, which is why we talk to the Shadow Dragons. They're a resistance group that fights slavers, blood magic, and imperial corruption. They've got eyes and ears everywhere, including mine. If the gods enter the Empire, we might get something. Besides, I owe them an update.
Okay.
Are they all mages?
Tevinter might prize its mages, but the Shadows accept anyone. We've all got a stake in the cause.
I get the feeling you have a lot of dramatic stories.
One or two.
So we talked to the crows in Antiva and the shadow dragons in Minrathous.
I wouldn't mind checking in on my neighborhood either, if Balara's ready for us.
Yeah. Should check how things are going.
See ya. Going back to Minrathous, going back to Tevinter. Yes, please. Oh, yes. Get to Treviso or Docktown. Nice. That was a nice scene. I think the going into their room and having a conversation with them when they want to talk clears out the BioWare problem of the conversation just ending abruptly and you turning around and walking away. Like there's an element of like, good talk, I'll catch you later, which is nice. All right, let's meet Balara at the Eluvian. Let's see how she's gone in terms of fine-tuning this bad boy to travel to other places. Can we go to Skyhold? There's an Eluvian there.
Almost there. I just have to... Shit! Sorry.
Can I help?
No, I got it. Mostly, mirrors are funny things, aren't they? Reflections. They distort reality, no matter what you try. And there's the trick. Control that distortion. There you have it.
What is that place?
If I had to guess, it's the Fade. Another part of it, I mean.
Didn't Morrigan say this Eluvian could go anywhere? Didn't think that meant elsewhere in the Fade.
She called it the Vir of Us, freedom of ways. I wonder...
Oh. Are we going to where all the Eluvians are? I believe so. When Balara was tinkering with it, Neve looked so annoyed. She's like just looking at it being like, can you hurry up? My wife is never wrong.
If that is the Fade on the other side, won't it be dangerous? As the Fade often is?
More dangerous than elven gods who wield the Blight as a weapon?
Point taken.
Some of the older texts talk about a place in the Fade where all the Eluvians meet. A crossroads where you could travel across all of Thedas in just minutes.
Right. We saw something similar when we were chasing Solus. I wonder if it's the same.
It is alike, and it is not.
Okay. We have a spirit.
Who are you? And how did you get here?
The Wolf's Fang. You carry it now. Old paths. A new journey. Through there. I will wait.
Well, can't tell if that's a trap or not. But we're short on options. One way to find out.
And it didn't feel dangerous, you know? Almost more sad.
Interesting. So it seems that the spirits and demons are both sort of sharing that same visual aesthetic where it looks like you can see their whole like nervous system, but it like glowing roots sort of thing.
Just because something's sad doesn't mean it isn't dangerous.
I can think of an example or two that proves that.
And we still don't know what this Eluvian's gonna do. One of us should probably stay behind in case it closes.
Good point.
Just tell us when you're ready to go, Rook, and then we can figure out what's going on.
Well, if one of us should stay behind, you'd think it would be probably the person that can tinker with the mirror and fix it. So I assume Balara could stay behind. But we'll see who's coming. Initial notes on the Dampener's operation. Dampener creates a counter-resonance to the Fade. That's why it's safe to live here. No one's been torn apart yet, that I know of. But the counter-resonance from the Dampener is tuned to this specific part of the Fade. The more you move away from this spot, the less effective it would be. There's a theory that every mage has a unique resonance. The way they touch magic is just a little bit different. Theoretically, could you tune the Dampener to a person's resonance instead, make it so they couldn't use magic? Would be hard to figure out someone's specific resonance, would need examples of their magic, need third volume of Harris's collected essays. We'll ask the professor if he has it. A magic dampener, a counter resonance to the Fade, so we can live in the Lighthouse, I suppose. Intriguing. Let's go journey the Fade and track down Hawk, everybody. Please. Alright. Miscellaneous. What do we got in miscellaneous? Letter to Charter. Yes, the trail went cold, but we haven't entirely lost it. Solus left us a little farewell note, so I'm not giving up just yet. Maybe it's gullible of me, but I know the Inquisitor feels the same. Solus isn't too far gone to bring back. If he weren't, he could have just killed us when he had the chance. He didn't have to save her life when he took back the anchor. He didn't have to warn me and Harding to give up. I don't think he wants to do this, so I'm taking the chance. Yes, I know. Don't put anything in writing. I don't want it coming back to haunt me. That's cool. So we have that element. I think we're definitely moving into a form of Solus redemption. It does feel that way, for sure. At least how the story is currently presenting itself as moving Solus away and focusing on even larger threats, but we'll see. Balara has now moved to her spot, but there isn't dialogue to be had with her yet, but we can at least see her room or arrangements. And then we're going to investigate the Crossroads. So we're heading back to a very, very important location. Oh, it's bright in here.
Rook, hi, hey.
I got excited that I could talk to you for a second there, but then realized it's Heartwood. That little artifact that she's got is currently in a brain of a statue. Interesting. Scribble note. Packing list, very important. Do not forget. 6 changes of the clothes, 4 attunement rods, collected cereals from Tevinter, spice collection spicy, spice collection dwarf, spice collection human, large and extra large pans, good set of pots, water skins, water, fresh blankets, numerous soaps for different things, soft pillow, firm pillow, journal, another journal, extra journal, and an extra journal, pens, ink, stuffed halla. Irulan has offered to help pack, unsure as to why. Possibly she still feels bad about breakup. Irulan and Balara breakup. We got some romance. I actually quite like that as an angle for getting to know a character or a potential romance with a character. If you were to romance Balara, them having a bit of history with another character or NPC, and they're like recovering from that, can be quite interesting. I can see what they're probably going to do there. We're just going to go in and read Balara's personal notes. I'm sure she'll love that. Okay. The Crossroads. Yes, we can choose the party, and we will bring Harding and Neve, because like I said, if they're like, hey, one of us should stay behind in case something happens with the mirror, I will have Balara be the one to stay behind. The team explores the Crossroads, a mysterious network of mirrors that allows instantaneous travel in order to recruit more people to their cause. So this is sort of, I guess, the progression with Dragon Age the Veilguard is it does seem like our most linear Dragon Age game yet, in the sense that we start a quest, we go there, and then when we finish, we are taken back to another location. In Dragon Age Origins, you did move, but you were also able to travel back between locations, and you would have that little world map travel thing, which is really cool. So you could go between spots. Kind of hoping we get something like that too, that we could use the Eluvian to like freely travel and maybe look at some locations. Dragon Age 2, you're confined to Kirkwall and some surrounding regions, and people obviously have their gripes about that, but it also allows you to sort of freely travel and move around that location. Inquisition, we don't need to talk about Inquisition. That's the one that really allows you so much freedom. So this is the complete opposite on that, where it's more like linear quest based, which I don't mind, but I am hoping that we can do some exploration where it's we can use the Eluvian to travel to areas. I'm hoping that we get some cool hub worlds and stuff, like how we could travel to Orlais and just kind of walk around places, that sort of thing. But let's get in.
Hello again. Who are you?
A caretaker. I go where I am needed, Dweller. Now, I am here.
And where is here?
The Crossroads.
Interesting. It looks very different.
Are we safe here, or are we gonna get swarmed by more demons?
The Evenurus hunger for the Crossroads. Their influence is spreading. Blight, death, madness. They send their minions to claim this place. The Crossroads is in a time of need, Dweller. I cannot protect you.
You don't have to. If you're standing against the gods, then consider us reinforcements.
A spirit caretaker. Okay, so we have the Wolf's Fang. So I think this is similar to, I think we read a note, and it might have been about this particular spirit even, that came to help out, or like dote around the place. Guess we'll find out. Alright, Beacon Island. Fast travel unlocked. So you can gather your party. Cool. And we can check them out. We can inspect. And we can change our party at these beacons as well. Their artwork cards are gorgeous, by the way. More of the elven bodies that have been like changed to trees.
Blight, roots, and magical seals? What's through there?
Okay. There will be places in the Crossroads that we've got to unlock and open up. I guess this is another one of those too. No quest, but just blocked.
Can't travel this way.
The gods want to cut us off from the Crossroads.
Interesting. So it seems that we'll get more access to different pathways in the Crossroads as we progress through the game. Well, this is going to take us to Grey Warden stuff, because, I mean, obvious imagery is obvious. So when it's time for Grey Wardens, I guess we'll be going in that direction. Mirrors upon mirrors. This place is amazing. June's normal Eluvians function with twinned lyrium fragments. One always leads to another. Solus somehow talked the Crossroads into making Fade Eluvians that override them, his own network to run our rebellion. Provided you ignore all the old stories about holding mirrors up to mirrors and getting caught in the infinite reflections. Felisan. So Felisan is notes that we've read in the Lighthouse so far. Oh, this is cool. Well, with this imagery, I would say that we're doing Mournwatch stuff. Navarra. My backstory.
Yeah, this dog seems sturdy.
My rook, having the Mournwatch backstory, could comment about this stuff and say, hey, this looks kind of,
So
familiar.
can ferry us to the other islands.
Winds await, dweller.
Right, so
I'll take that as a yes.
we have a spirit who will take us on boats to the other locations in the Crossroads. So it's sort of like a hub space. I get you.
Places between.
Hub space that will take us to themed locations.
The spirits here were driven out, refugees now from the gods' minions. I have summoned the guardians of the Crossroads to protect them. Beware. The guardians repel all interlopers.
You
So
can't.
we're interlopers too?
You couldn't like say, hey, these guys are cool, let them in. All right. So now we can do the fast travel between those beacons. Okay, so spirits do have the same appearance as we've seen them in the past, where like just blue glowy force ghosts. Venatori?
You are commanded!
The Fater! That's where they're breaking through.
The gods are breaching the fate itself, and just for us.
Get ready!
So funny. Venatori have got like red lyrium shields.
Take your shot.
Take him out!
Now there's a nice shot.
I sent it back to them. It's so fun.
Time to end this.
It's like, I've got people that'll protect you. They'll protect the spirits, except they're also going to attack you, so you'll probably kill them real
I
quick.
see what unbinds. Bring it. The gods shall be denied.
Okay. So we'll be able to unlock these things with a certain number of items.
See that? Bad guys.
Here we go.
They're behind you. Continue this.
And Rook takes that.
Whoa, dude. Exploded into blood. Nice. That's some old school Dragon Age right there. Open from the other side. Oh no. It's one of those doors. And where are we? Oh, alright. Having a bit of a run around here. Maybe I'll investigate these blighted routes first before we push on too far in the other direction.
The gods' blight and blood magic has sealed the way. Only their champion may open it.
A champion?
It dwells on this island. Challenge the champion and claim its essence. This path will open to you.
Okay. An essence to claim.
What's this? It looks like an entryway?
The labs below. Explore the past. Go forward into the memory.
Is that spirit a prisoner?
You're awake. How's your head? The guards really knocked you about.
Well, it's...
Do you remember our mission? Gillenane's lab. The wolf sent us to infiltrate her testing grounds. Things didn't go perfectly to plan, but the wolf smuggled in help. A key. If you can fight, grab the key and we'll run for it. Just be ready for whatever the witch has in store.
It's like all she sees is another ancient elf. One of Solus's agents? This is a memory. We're seeing Solus's past.
Interesting.
Ah, freedom. We'll move faster if we split up. See you ahead.
Solus's memories of his, like, agents doing things during the rebellion.
Blight, be careful.
Ugh. Somehow it's even more revolting here.
These are more than just memories. Fight!
Oh. Oh, there's ones that blow up after, gotcha.
Finish it.
So Gillenane was experimenting with Blight and Darkspawn. The Blight infested her lab. If it's a memory, let's go with it. We need to find our way out before Gillenane finds us.
Interesting. So getting lore on Gillenane delving in with light magic, which is fun. This is a good chance for us to get sort of insight and context into the early stuff with the rebellion, what was like motivating Solus to go against these gods. I like this. This is a good idea. Going through the Crossroads and having like fade memories. That's cool. I'm kind of hoping that we can get stuff that's also more recent too, but that's me asking for a lot, probably.
Wolf, you came for us. Your key was enough.
This unnatural corruption demanded my personal attention. It is strong. It has already blocked the escape route I had planned. We will need another way to the surface.
Thank you for finishing your sentence, because... Oh! He was beautiful once. Oh my god, he got hair. It was long too. Unfortunately, the balding comes for us all eventually. Oh my god, that's incredible. What details we got here? He doesn't have the wolf's jaw, little tease around the neck yet. You know, that's later when he goes hee hee. I like the detail of it though. That's incredible. He's like, this guy doesn't actually look like an elf. No ritual? No Inquisitor? No Dragon Age Keep? Pov? What Solus sees? That is quite literally a good Pov for you there. In his own head. It's interesting that you can go into NPCs, but you can't go into your own self. You disappear. But there you go. What a beautiful little shot there. Great little meeting. Photo mode is great, by the way.
Let's all split up and find it.
I will destroy what corruption I can. You must cut through these monstrosities before Gillenane unleashes something worse.
Solus sounded rattled.
The Blight really had him scared.
And he had hair. Someone, dear God, point out the hair. You saw that, right? If you're gonna be quippy and make some lighthearted jokes, now's the time. You're like, holy crap, he's got hair. The Mother of Hala. Memento acquired caretaker power. We have mementos, a pantomime theatre mask of Gillenane. In narrative, she is the price and acceptance of purpose, and the becoming that allows no return. Betrayal and devotion became equals to her. Okay, so it gives power to our spirit.
You see boundless creation and choose to destroy it? Learn respect for the life that will succeed you.
She's using the testing grounds against us.
Cool. I'm like, is that Gillenane in the memory talking, or Gillenane talking to us directly? How do I get that in there? It's been blocked off. Oh, I guess this statue opens the doors for me? Yep. Gotcha. Dwarven Key, an uncommon trinket for Harding. Every time you use a potion, you have a 10% chance to gain it back. A key of intricate Dwarven design, gifted by family on a rare trip home. Just the most obvious one.
Time to go.
Free! And faster than anticipated. Perhaps you and your allies warrant more study.
We've got company.
Cool. The design of these big boys. Alright, so we are getting some new designs here. So we got some... We had ones before that were the explosive ones here. These look like more of the same, but on a larger scale. Oh man, I really don't have much time to like react to them blowing up in my face. Yeah, I just messed up all of those. So they throw them at a distance.
I think we broke through to Gillinane's prize specimens.
If this is what Darkspawn looked like when Gillinane was experimenting, then...
Maybe the Darkspawn we've been seeing aren't new. Maybe they're old.
Ah, and there it is. That is our lore explanation for the Darkspawn. Looking the way that they do in this game is they are older Darkspawn, ancient, blighted Darkspawn, with that blight magic that was sealed away in the prison, which is why they have maybe less of a disgusting like corpse, like I don't know what's the term that I'm looking for. They look more colorful, but you know how just the ones in like Origins and Dragon Age 2 specifically looked like fucked up, like they look messed up, like zombified, but in just such a horrific way, like monstrous. These have more of a softer element to them, but they're more like they're more colorful, they're more vibrant, so it gives like that, you know, it's hard to describe a corpse or a monster as fresh, but it gives off that kind of vibe, I suppose. But ancient Darkspawn.
Here, the blessing you denied. Wolf, help me! Ah!
Damn.
Okay.
Gillinane got her.
So that is
I'm burning up!
oh god. So that is Gillinane from the memory then. Block those. Got some airtime on that execution.
You would unleash a blight on this world and call it a masterwork! You, who were the most sensitive of us!
All that I am belongs to the pursuit of creation. You chose to constrain yourself. I must climb to the heights only understood by gods. I go now to join them.
Wolf, you are greater than any of them. Please, help me.
Huh. Interesting that there's dialogue involved in this too. I really love this stuff, and we're clearly seeing the, I'll say, sympathetic angle that we're going for Solus, because we've experienced Inquisition, him being the Dreadwolf, the tales of his past, and the fact that he did lead this rebellion. He did do these things that was already established. Getting to see it in action is a really good idea. I love that stuff. And ancient elven lore, baby. That's what I love. And this is what this game is all about. So I'm going to have a great time. Saying he won't help her is a very interesting mentality for a memory that we haven't experienced ourselves. We are walking through someone else's memory, being like, yeah, Solus wouldn't do that. We don't even know the guy. Solus, try a cure.
Come on. Be the god she needs. Help her.
I am so sorry I failed you. There is only one way I can help you now.
Wolf.
Oh, wow.
This place and the corruption within it must be eradicated. No trace can be allowed to spread. Go. Your work here is done. There is no need for you to witness what I must do.
Right. It's like, yeah.
It's over. Solus destroyed the lab, the blight that was here, and his agent.
I'm sure he sees some greater good. The people in his way to get there, not as much.
This fragment might tell us more.
It shows Solus's sort of determination to make sure that he can achieve his goal, the greater good, like doing things in a way that he truly believes is right, with there being some sacrifices along the way. You know, people die every day. It is what they do, what he says, and he's trying his best to minimize the damage. So seeing that there's an element where he's like, I can't save you, especially with how she's been blighted, and there's that darkspawn corruption. Wolf statuette, a piece of the past. Okay. Harding's bond increased, and we got some Watcher's robes, and some Veil Jumper's strength as well. Look at that. Okay. We'll level up with a new skill point. We're moving our way further up this line. More health, more rage. We're kind of pushing up to Groundbreaker at this point. Get us some more health. Skirmishes round. A commentage. So, effect unlocked because we got the next one. Ranged attack damage. The sturdy buckler is light enough for its wielder to return attacks without tiring. Less stagger, but good on other stats. Okay, so if we take a look at our map, so we were taken to an end point. Oh wow, we no, look at that. We actually ran through that whole location, but as a memory. That was cool. So we physically traversed that space while going through the memory. That was fun. Using companion abilities with the Lyrium Dagger. Companions can be called upon for help via the Lyrium Dagger, even when they're not present in the party. Oh. Interesting. Aha. That's what we're powering, and we got to do another one over the other side. I see it now. Oh, guess I'll go back up and get him. Oh, okay, never mind. You guys spawned as I was going down. Not much I can do about that. Converge City.
We bleed their strength.
The Warden's Pier, +1, uncommon medium armor. So this is for Harding, more bonus ability damage. Crafted for Harding by friends in the Wardens, these leathers subtly honor the Order without implying I drank Darkspawn blood. Yeah. Nice. Harding got a new fit on.
The Guardians can't hold them off for long. Is there something inside it?
A blight cyst. It's interesting that you can still throw like a more of an energetic shield instead of the actual shield when you're in this mode. It's still an energy shield.
We're looking for. Watch yourselves.
Sirin the Twice Forged. Okay. White armor.
Get out of there! We gotta move.
Press the wrong button. I guess this is why I should do this instead and pick the skills instead of freaking out.
I'm there.
I got one of those too, buddy.
Time to clean up. Ready to go.
champion essence.
That's the essence we need. It's cold. Oh, hope I don't have to carry it for too long.
So you get like these champion boss fights. Nice. Raider's cleaver has been upgraded. Excuse me.
An altar to a wolf. Bet I know who that's for.
The direction of their treasure. Okay. Is that not that chest that I already opened, or is it? Or is it a different chest? Oh, okay. Nope. Yep. It's a different. So something that's like nearby. We got a skill point for that. Which means we now have the ability for Groundbreaker. Shake and shatter the ground with your weapons, spreading cracks that explode after a short delay. Damage is applied on the initial strike, and again, a short time later. The secondary explosion applies burning. Nice. So now, how do I choose these? I guess I will go into, instead of doing Titan Stomp, I will now have Groundbreaker. So I now have a couple of detonations. I guess I've got these 3 now, don't I? Yeah. Very nice. On mapping the unmappable. This appears to be a piece of litter. Closer inspection reveals that it is an obsessively drawn map folded like a Rivani paper toy. Unfolding it creates a 3-dimensional model of something. A scrawled note is visible. I refuse to be beaten. These are reflections of true places. They have logical form. Therefore, these streets and their origin points can be mapped as anywhere else. I have charted the shifting, intertwining dreams of a primordial sloth demon and its victims. I will not be bested by architecture. My mentor keeps whining. Some things are unknowable, Virion. You're courting madness, Virion. Will I say to him, would a madwoman concoct an entirely new schema of wisp mapping incantations just for this? The rest is unreadable. Wisp mapping incantations. Cool. I will be very curious to see how the wisps that are following Neve will have a story purpose at some point. This is cool though, because we're getting lore on how the Crossroads looks in this game, like visually. So the Crossroads reflect locations of true places. So when we could see that this was very clearly an area where we're entering like Navaran Necromancer City aesthetic, that's why. Tinker. Delirium Dagger fixes things. Oh, so pointing it up here has actually opened something for us above. The Heart of Andraste, an uncommon amulet. A charm given to newly anointed fathers of the Imperial Chantry, the cracked stone serves as a reminder of Andraste's mortal heart. Wait a second. I don't know if we unlocked an item on the other side. The Vanished City. I'm dreaming. This time I know I am. Even if I didn't, this place would tell me. I'd never dream of a place like this. Cities are full of people. An empty city is the bones of a good meal, a reminder that makes a hungry woman sad. Susan Cravizio, Janin Circle, in the 20th year of the Blessed Age.
As the gods' champion passed freely, so will you.
This is how we get these open. Put the orb in the slot. Examine the Eluvians and choose one.
I didn't know this many Eluvians still existed. Where do they go?
Time to find out.
Okay, so we've got sort of like our hub space. Still gotta go down there. Oh, okay. That tutorial is like, please do something right now. Open the journal and select what we're doing. Okay. Smuggled relic case. Travel to Docktown via the Crossroads or fast travel. And travel to Treviso for the Sea of Blood. If the team needs an assassin, the famed Demon of Virantium is their best bet. If he's free to take the contract. And Neve learns of a dangerous deal in her home neighborhood while going to meet the mysterious Shadow Dragons. We also have an area that will unlock later on during the team's travels. Regrets of the Dread Wolf, which is a region quest. And the Heart of Corruption. 3 sources of corruption in the Crossroads. So it seems like these wolf statuettes that we find. It's 5 of those. Alright. A choice to make. Docktown or Treviso. I guess the other Eluvians will open on up as we progress through the story, and we can choose to go there if we wish. These statues are so imposing. I can't wait to go to Navarra. Statues, so Treviso. Oh man. The Kirkwall vibes are strong with these statues. Let's go to Docktown. Neve is required for this quest. So let's change the party now. And we'll bring Alara. Change characters around a bit. Neve learns of a dangerous deal in her home neighborhood. Let's go.
Minrathus, the heart of Tevinter. Somehow the beat of it always pulls me back. Steady pulse of secrets, corruption, you name it. Trust no one. Expect the worst. And you might just get by.
Did the Shadow Dragons know we're here?
Neve Gallus! You only turn up when you want news. Or you've got some.
Tarquin. You look well.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Sounds like a story.
Just living ungifted in a world made for mages.
Rook, meet the Viper.
Drops down, just doesn't say anything, just stares at people. Okay. The Viper. Really?
The name, the entrance. I have so many questions.
Most people do.
So why the meeting? Is this about your work with Varric?
Something terrible got loose when we disrupted Solus's ritual. A pair of elven gods.
Gods?
They blighted a village in Arlethan. Demeter's Crossing.
There are venatory whispers about that place. Now we know why.
What's been happening in the city?
Underground sacrifices, dangerous relics flooding the black market. The cults gathering power.
Sounds like Dragon Age 2 to me.
Relics? What kind?
We were tracking a set of red lyrium relics before you got here. Smuggled in recently.
They enhance blood magic and can summon demons far too easily. We destroyed one and tore another off a slaver.
We think the third's right here in Docktown.
Docktown's my home. If it's got problems and I'm here, I can track this faster than anyone in the city.
Hold on. I'm happy to help.
It's fine. I can catch up with you.
We don't know where the gods are or what they're doing. We're here for help. It's fair I give some in return.
The relics don't play nice with the Veil, and they resonate with each other. We destroyed the lyrium in the last one we found, but it should still track the third.
Give it to me. I'll get it done.
We'll keep eyes on the Venatori. If there's a tie to these elven gods, we'll find it.
Bye, Matthew Mercer. Mr. Cool Guy.
Ready for a tour of Docktown? Stick with me.
The relic the Viper gave us responds to the missing one.
And it is. It should pick up places where the missing relic disrupted the Veil. Find a trail of those and we'll get somewhere.
Ooh. Hello.
Sorry, do I know you?
Well, I'm trying to talk to you, but then your friend here got annoyed. Wait. I got excited. I thought we were going to talk to the guy. But he just says, "Do I know you?" And then it disappears. Okay. Okay. And then the other person in front got pissed off. Hello, mate. We're just taking a look at stuff. Look at the detail of our wanted posters here. I can't read any of that. You gotta put it in Andrastian, otherwise I have no idea what the hell's going on there. Let's bring back the Dragon Age Origins Chantry board missions.
What about here?
Trail doesn't lead close. We'll save that tour for another day.
Currently inaccessible. I like the idea of currently inaccessible because it means we can come back later and explore these areas. Of course, that's not going to stop me from exploring these areas right now as well. Fortunately, doesn't look like I'm able to... Oh, hang on. Ah. Simple mechanism easily manipulated. No valid companions. About that. Okay. So, there's also environmental traversal. Oh, you can bet the cat. Environmental traversal that is companion specific. You can pet the cat, and the cat is happy about it. Cat has been patted, and it purrs. Are there dogs? And can we pat the Dragon Age dogs? That's the question. There are cats, but are there dogs? Now, logically, I'm going to say that should work. I should be able to throw my shield at that, and that goes, yeah, sure, you can break that and get a platform out of it. But I need a specific person to break it instead. So we'll be back for that.
Seriously, do I know you from somewhere?
Okay. Again with the same. Just the nug on a stick. It is nug on a stick.
You know the antiquarian?
Got the big cheese wheel.
Urchins come here for treasure.
More cats and nugs. Music being played.
Hey, they call me Tick. Mother said I got stuck to her like one of them and drained her of life. Yeah, I guess it's not funny.
How much do we give? An unknown amount of gold at the moment? I don't know. Cool guy's gonna let me in. Huh! Not yet. Trying to look at all of the bits and pieces and see if there's any references that we could spot to anything. Any pieces of artwork that could be like, look, that's the Arl Eamon. That's Redcliffe.
Don't touch the treasure.
Okay. Compendium of the Dead. A likely outdated record of the dead housed in the Grand Necropolis. Give me that. Valuable item. A chess piece. Worn down rook from a chess set. I'll grab that. A chipped mug. A stoneware mug with a chip on the rim. I'll get them because they're valuables. Cards for playing Wicked Grace includes specially marked cards, a cheater's deck. That's fun. So we've got some Vitar. Parable actors. Teach by theatrical example. The Hisbar. One who strays from the Qun faces terrible pitfalls crafted from glorious Aurum. The design of this Vitar evokes the knowledge that veil jumpers used to defang dangers from Arlathan's past, crafted from ancient Arlathan toys. Fated Mask. The idea of fate is foreign to a follower of the Qun. For the truly devout, a blade in hand is fate enough, crafted from ancient Arlathan alloys. And Arlathan's secrets. This stylized pattern of a gem-studded circlet represents the treasures of Arlathan, beautiful and dangerous, emerging from ages past. Again, with the paint, never know which one I actually want to grab. It's just for appearances. I'll grab that. That one seems pretty good. Field provisions, nutritionally dense, the Nug, and whale lamp. Pillars of Kal Sharok, voice, an ancient manuscript. We are a shout from the deep places, dissonance and harmony, a chorus, sung by the many in one voice. I'll grab that. And a fool and his skull, the remains of Kion Aventus Dumatborn, the inevitable Venator. An ocularum crystal was embedded in one eye at the start of his rule, a dagger in the other shortly thereafter. Prickly box, decor, anything less than great care and handling spots be sharply rewarded, so we can put that in the lighthouse somewhere. I can buy gold. Now this is really interesting because clearly we only have the option to buy. I don't have the option to sell to this guy, so I can't sell my collection of valuables. I guess I can only sell my common ones and keep my cooler ones if I want. Yeah, I can only buy. And this counts as selling, I suppose. He has 70 gold on his person and he'll buy 10 pieces of my wood. Will these valuables that I buy and sell be worth more at a different vendor that I have a rank up with, perhaps?
There's treasure!
Maybe. So the other Vitar we'll have to go and put on as an actual appearance. In the Codex, we now have some new things here. We have mementos. A fool and a skull. So you can see that. And the Pillars of Kal Sharok voice. So I guess when we go back to the lighthouse, there might be something that we unlock with these. Potentially?
I really got nothing for you.
Riveting NPC conversation.
My whole life. Unless I'm away on a case. Or crashing in the Fade.
I heard the Archon's palace shot at you, which is bad. And now we're chasing this relic, which is also bad.
This is why I never get sleep.
You can pet the dog. Oh. Oh, I need this in photo mode right now. I can pet the dog. Alright. Dog petted. I am happy. And a lot of the, you know, you have like the slavery imagery which works in Tevinter and Minrathous a lot, but it does make me reminisce about Kirkwall a lot too. Like, it's instead of Docktown, like you've got the Lowtown docks. Very similar vibe. I see something in there. Look at that. So many cats.
Aha! The relic's pulling toward the Temple of Andraste.
The Temple of Andraste. Watch Liliana be in there just for no reason. And she's like, hey, by the way, I am maybe the Divine, maybe not. Who knows? And maybe I died one time. Maybe I didn't. Nobody will know. This is cool though, because this is going to go into, like, with Temple of Andraste, the lore that we've read about Tevinter and their magisters is there's, like, the White Divine and the Black Divine, right? Like, it's their split on that. Like, the politics of Ferelden and Orlais and all of that, like, lower region, totally different from up here. So this is going to be really cool.
The demons, they...
Came out of nowhere, I know. But you're all right, right?
Yeah. I'll be fine, but there could be more. And where's it?
I don't know.
I don't know, mate.
What happened?
Oh, I'm an NPC and my
Keep it under control.
legs hurt.
Yes, sir.
The Venatori are fashionable. So many currently inaccessible areas. So many like outfits that I just want to do this and just go, how do you look? What are you wearing? I want to see it. Let me look at the details of all of the costume design and then let me go into a dude's eyeballs. Yep. Give it to me. Details. When you make a game, the details in the game hate to see Apocalypse coming because he's gonna look at them all. You have to make sure your game is detailed for me. Oh, sorry.
Locked. We need another way in.
Right, on it.
Could they,
Are we breaking into a chantry?
The courtyard's public ground, and we can't lose the trail.
Okay, so they've blocked off the chantry. Like, we don't want some crazy mage going in there and blowing it up. Your controller vibrates with a cat's purr, by the way. Well, if you've got a controller.
Is this what you do for the Shadow Dragons when you aren't with us?
I look for things. People, objects, information. People have problems that Templars and Magisters can't help. Or won't. Word got out I might. It's enough to live on. If it doesn't get me killed.
Inscription at the Wall of Light. For those lost to us throughout our glorious history, whether claimed by victory, tragedy, or the ever onward march of time. A light to remember the dead. May they shine in eternum. Mind if I take someone's offering that they dropped here? Everywhere's blocked off, and there's a chest in here. And it's only bloody sealed. Open up. Little figure on the thing there. What happened in here? Many-limbed statue, caretaker power. Some say the statue depicts Razikale, others a demon. Still others see no connection to known religions or the Fade. All agree it gives them a sense of unease. Oh, the figures on the floor, these little like things that look like they've got candle wicks in their brain, are these things, missives. They are little candles, you can see the blue flame on it. Cursed Vitar, +1. Ooh, more defense, but we don't have the weak point damage. Only 2 defense, so nope. Is it very weird seeing all of the things here? Like, all of these things just kind of sat facing it, and then this one on top of it. Is this insinuating that these things can come alive? That they are sentient? If you light the candle on them, is that activating their brain and then they're murderous candle creatures? Because what is that? Fighting Thumb. A loop of gold bristling with Tavine enchantments that empower the wearer's strength and vigor. A superpowered jump mod so I can jump out of bounds and go explore other houses.
Bodies in the courtyard.
Stay sharp.
Is that a rift, bro? Unsent letter. Marcus, I've been delayed at the Chantry. The sisters need time to gather the records we requested. Sitting on the steps as I write this, someone just ran through the courtyard and gave me a weird look. I thought they could carry this letter, but I'll find someone else. I wish the sisters would hurry. I'll be very late, but still wait for me at the lamplighter. I'll be there. Sybil.
Killed. Based on the marks, I'd say demons.
Oh no.
Jesus. Bit of a bloodbath out here. Where's all the blood? They were all mentally destroyed. No blood involved. Like many of you, I defended slavery. It was just how things were, and part of the natural order. Some, those with magic, those who ruled, would always be given care to others. To mistreat the enslaved was a mocking of this sacred duty, grounds for the harshest of punishments. Cruel slave owners were the problem, not the institution of slavery. I was, quite simply, wrong. There is no defending the practice of owning another person. I am ashamed I ever did, and will eternally be grateful to those who helped me re-examine my beliefs. I hear you ask, when we tear down the structures that inform our culture, what is left? I challenge you, those of you who profess leadership, who would set yourselves above others, to see past what have been taught and to forge a path of your own. And if you need foundational principles, then I charge you to choose from these: respect, compassion, understanding, love. Magister Dorian Parvis from a speech given to the Magisterium. Dorian! Dorian is doing stuff. So, this is character development from Dragon Age Inquisition, because the topic of slavery does come up with Tevinter and with Dorian, and you do have conversations about it. So we can see that Dorian has, over the years, given a speech to attempt to change the ways of Tevinter. To be like, hey, by the way, this slavery thing, kind of fucked up. Well, there's a Dorian reference. Or Dorian acknowledgement, I should say. Especially being in Tevinter. Because that's the thing, it's like, after Trespasser, does he just end up going back home? Because in my story, him and the bull get a little bit, you know, happy with it.
Demons, is this the relic's work?
It's not a coincidence.
Right. That is such an unfortunate series of missing my attacks and missing my blocks. I'm trying to get cool parries, my guy.
To the right.
Watch out, left! Right! Right!
I missed.
The relic we're chasing, it's unstable.
Where it goes.
Equip runes at the character screen. Runes grant new Lyrium Dagger combat powers. Open the character screen to equip your new runes.
Destruction follows.
This isn't the only market left on the Veil. I can feel it. Find that, and we may get more.
Okay. Hold on a minute. I have a skill point, because I have leveled up. I reckon I want to go in a different direction now. So we'll grab that. Okay. Lyrium Dagger over here has rune slots. Besiege. Light and heavy attacks no longer penalized versus a barrier for 20 seconds. And extra damage versus barriers. Okay. So there's our enchantment. Activate runes with L2 and triangle. Runes give you special combat powers, but must recharge. Time them wisely. You can cycle through or activate them by using left on the D-pad when paused on the ability wheel. Blood-spattered note. Another complaint. Rumors of someone shifty seen carrying some sort of relic. People are worried it's unstable and it might draw demons. Could be nothing, but we've got too many people on edge. I'm sending you to the temple. Just check it out so we can say we did. I'll meet you after. L.
Couldn't
Okay.
escape the demons. If there's family or a friend, I can track them down later. Make sure they know.
Okay, so we have Besiege, and we can press triangle to activate that. Okay, got my ass kicked by those demons in that fight. More blood on these groups over here.
Is this what we're after?
Let me take a look.
We've got wisps, and also nice treasures. The Chantry takes a lot of donations, you know, and they probably take a bit too much, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna liberate some of that. Just a hunch.
You got it.
Relic. Courtyard. Back way.
What was that?
It's a remnant. An echo from the Fade drawn to magical disruptions. If the relic drew it here, the voice could be a memory of the smuggler. Courtyard's quiet, fewer eyes, so you cut through here, where there's a path to the market. Follow me.
Detective work through Fade echoes. Interesting. Being a detective in Thedas would be one hell of an interesting time.
Enchantment on the entrance. I can get it.
Enchantment? Spellbound longsword. Yes. Why not? In my wardrobe, though, I've set to the normal longsword, so I'm gonna have to change that.
Sure thing. All right, follow me. You know, I took this job. It's on me. And the Venatori cult's no joke. If anyone wants out...
You helped with that veil bubble. I'm here to help.
You fixed the Eluvian. You don't owe me a favor.
The threads took care of it.
They keep trouble away. You've got to give them that.
They fought a demon, but now what do you owe them?
They said it was a favor.
Just pay on time.
You think he's acting different? Yeah, I don't know. With demons loose, everyone's jumpy, right?
A Canary, Intervinter. I mean, I'm also a Canary just running around. It is very interesting considering the Tevinter and Canary being, you know, at odds with each other almost all the time. Bit of a war going on. But I guess, you know, the games are establishing more and more that they're also Canary, not part of the Qun. Myself included. Still, there's probably people in Tevinter and in Minrathous that would see Canary and have those feelings of racism towards them, most likely. They'd be like, get out of here. Go back to Sarkonos, you know. That sort of attitude.
The relic was close. Find another remnant and we might learn more.
So I tried to stand to attention. Get up.
Working odd jobs is hard. One day you're moving crates. The next you're watching over a pack of donkeys.
Up there. Is that another remnant?
How do we get up there?
There's always a way to get places.
I knew there'd be lots of people, but the city itself, it's really big.
Yeah, Makes it easy to slip through the cracks.
Kind doesn't go as far as it used to.
Silver? Gold? Gemstones?
Band of Smoke. Extra cold damage, then also cold resistance. Cold menacing band. The dark stone is taken from the cobbles of Minrathous' streets. Fine silverwork. A griffin ornament. Silver stand. Jewelry at a bar. The token of true flight. Many archers have talismans like this to help them feel grounded and steady, but such an effect can be useful for anyone. Projectile ability damage. I guess we'll leave that for now, honestly.
Thank you for your interest.
You're all welcome.
Hey, any news?
Neve Gallus, are you after the demons?
I'm after a few things. You got anything?
Heard some people talking. I think one was a Venatori. I didn't get a good look. I took off before they saw me.
Smart move. Stay safe.
Paintings, tapestries, floor coverings. Beautify any space.
Bulbous vessel. Rotund clay vessel capped with emerald trimming.
Everyone deserves a cozy living space.
That's amazing. Is this not... This is, Orlesian, isn't it? I don't know if that's a piece or something that we've seen something similar to that before. You get a little Greywater looking tapestry in the back there.
Come back anytime.
Another bard. I wonder whenever you see like environmental art like that in frames, that's like old concept art from the games, you know, repurposed as concept art.
Anyone strange poking around the market?
You mean more than usual? Actually, maybe. The smuggler who supplies Miro, she's acting weird. Took off, though. Couldn't tell you where.
Got it.
There's so much on display, and it's just out there, where anyone could steal it.
If a stand's not watched, there's a nasty spell on the most valuable item. And a random one, just for fun.
Oh, interesting. I guess I'm not used to having anything worth stealing.
The bounty board, guys. Give me some bonus missions.
Hey there. Hi.
Damn.
My shop's pretty new, but I've got armor, clothing. Come, take a look.
We have appearances. Death Below Vitar. The Crystalline Great Axe. Tevinter Artisan's reimagining of a dwarven axe that marries hefty metals with a blade of razor-sharp magical crystals. We have the fashionable leathers, a sharp outfit in multiple ways, popular with bodyguards paid enough to dress in magically strengthened leather. Again, the preview option would be good. These pleated, magically reinforced robes are the current height of fashion for adventurous mages in Minrathous. The Flying Kite. The broad shield is designed to be thrown as well as held, punching through magical barriers like a rock through parchment, crafted with a depiction of Venatori heraldry. And the Winged Glaive is a razor-sharp blades evoke a bird of prey, making this a daring and destructive weapon, crafted from glorious aurum. I want that.
Thanks for stopping. I know I can make something of this place.
We'll leave it at that.
Almost there. Remnants ahead.
But perfect balance in my full armor. There we go. Just dodge.
You got it.
Handoff. Third bell.
Late. Bells ring when ships go in and out. Could be using them for timing, near the docks. I think our smuggler's on a deadline. The relic's pull agrees. Let's visit the docks. Elevator's locked. Someone forgot to bribe the dockmaster. Still up for a walk? This isn't the only way to the docks.
Okay. It's never that simple, is it?
Food later?
Oh, yes, please.
I think so. All right, through here.
Frost binding, okay.
You bet.
Sure, okay. I see. Who frosted that, though? I was like, I'm gonna put a ice on this.
Docktown. All his secrets?
No. If someone thinks they know all Docktown secrets, they're either kidding themselves or scamming you.
Someone was like, I'm gonna lock my storeroom up real tight with ice. No one's gonna be able to break that bad boy. Defiant Plate 1. Common heavy armor. Nice. It also looks cool too. So I kind of want to be like, let's go to my character and see if we can finally remove our armor. Oh, okay. It looks cooler on the little preview. This doesn't scream heavy armor to me because of all of the soft goods on it as well. Like, it gives me a medium armor vibe. Like, there's armor here and I guess on the legs, but yeah. It's still kind of cool. It's growing on me the more I look at it. I just immediately was like, it didn't look like the icon to me at first. It's kind of cool. I wonder if they've got, I'm not sure because I haven't looked into it. I wonder if there's going to be like the option to change the colors of things, if there's going to be dye like there were in Inquisition. I mean, it's alright. Got a bit of a cape vibe. I can accept it. Cape physics on this are interesting because you can see that it's like, I guess it's not, it's a coat, not a cape, but it's so attached. If we get a cool cape though, that'll change the
Back asking questions.
my opinion.
What relics I'd seen on the black market?
You think it's for blood magic? I've heard some rumors.
I don't know, not for sure. I got a bad feeling.
I've got a bad feeling about this, mate. Better have this conversation where other people can hear it.
Swing back to the docks.
Oh, there's some of that magical presence again. It's like I had to walk into it for it to even register anyway. You don't get enough time to react from the explosions.
Rain!
The demons!
We can handle them!
Not good, bro. Time to finish it.
You interrupted the attack. I was gonna do that.
That relic's in Docktown.
These are my neighbors. That relic won't stay in my town. Got through that.
Are all your jobs like this, Neve?
Dangerous and cutting it close. I don't know. Maybe 3 out of 5?
But also important and kind of exciting?
I could use less excitement.
Another cat to pat. It must be done. Flying kite. Okay, a lot more stagger. This broad shield is designed to be thrown as well as held, but punching through magical barriers like a rock through parchment. I think the flying kite could have been bought from a merchant before, so we could actually go back there and get the second level of it. I guess that's the deal when there's equipment. You want to buy it just in case you find another piece in the wild and then it upgrades. Walks down this way. Okay. And I can't get over there at this point. There are more of us than them. Bring the light.
Demons? By the supplies? I barely got away. And not without bruises. What did Alex say? Told me to take the night off. Streets ain't safe tonight. I think he's gonna tell us.
Be careful. When you're out at night, everything's just... there's so much happening. I love you. I love you. An uncommon healing belt. 790 healing. I'll take it.
Venatori? You're serious?
What can I get for you? Some grog? Some grog?
An ornate bottle, a lotion popular among the Minrathous elite, said to create a tingling sensation felt from the Imperial Highway up to the Archon's palace. So we're buying a lot of these mementos. Kirkwall Select 936. Few barrels survived the Kirkwall Rebellion, but this is bottled from one of them. Incredible.
Always a pleasure to serve.
I guess we're trying to buy as many mementos as we can come across. I'm gonna run out of gold if we keep doing that.
Home. Enjoying the tour?
We just straight up ignored Neve.
We're getting closer.
Anvil breaker. Less physical damage, but a lot of stagger. This sledge with a grinning face is a bold and cheeky tool of absolute destruction that literally lives up to its name. Big hammer. Big hammer, you've convinced me. Ah, and this is the elevator that we would have taken down.
Got it.
Soon, the buyer meeting.
Right, a meeting, but where? The trail's starting to fray.
Whoa!
Nice relic. Shouldn't it belong to the Venator?
Not a chance.
should have come here.
Take your shot. Oh, looks like we have company.
Brutalize that guy with the hammer.
Is everyone all right? Neve, you're back in the city.
Templar Rana Savas. Don't say you missed me.
I wasn't going to.
Really? Because I heard there's a relic loose. With red lyrium?
How do you... Never mind. You can't say. You never can.
Rook, meet my friend Rana. At least I think we're friends.
Yes. And Rook, if you're with Neve, I take it I can trust you?
Well, I know what's going on and you don't, so...
Fine. If you have anything on the relic...
Thought Templars worked against mages.
This isn't the South. I work to stop illegal magic, that's all.
You're working the case alone?
Not if you help. There's a rumor the relic trades hands tonight, and Albin Bataris is the buyer.
A Magister's son. Interesting. I should get moving.
Neve.
Get the feeling you two have stories.
And they all start like this.
With me annoying you? Harsh, but fair. Look, you're busy. We just got attacked, which means you won't leave until you're sure no one else is lurking around.
And you won't wait.
What can I say? Work to do.
Where are you going?
For a walk to the spillway.
I'll catch up when I'm done.
If you say so.
Right on. Second time that...
Afraid, but the spillway's our best bet. Let's go.
Second time where my Rook, like, he just doesn't know how to talk back to the people, so he just goes, I'm sure you've got a lot of stories. He said that to Neve when we were talking to her in the Lighthouse as well. He goes, I'm sure you've got a lot of stories. Do you have stories? I'm sure you do.
I'll make sure there's no one else here. I'll catch up when I can.
Rana's not a shadow dragon, so you work with Templars too.
Rana's clean and her information's good. The rest? Only when I have to.
And the spillway?
Rana mentioned Albin Bataris, and she doesn't share rumors unless they're likely. Albin's father oversaw some construction there. If he's visiting this part of town, that narrows the search. A barrier. They don't want people getting near the deal. Find the unshielded crystals and we're through.
Yeah, so that's how we get to that chest. It's currently inaccessible through a fancy hatch rooftop. So they have a barrier, but it's like... Okay.
That's one down.
He just decided to hide them, like, right next to the barrier.
Must be one left.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's it. We can cut through the barrier now.
Thank you.
We need to keep moving.
You'd think it'd make your barriers a little harder to take
Voices.
down.
There's someone up ahead.
Albin Bataris. Your relic.
Gods rise and power with them. For the glory of Tevinter reborn.
Albin's our buyer, and a Venatori. Sounds like the cult is working for the gods.
And another one of those lovely veils.
You're supposed to wait.
Just a taste of that power.
Right, Well, this is gonna go well.
Move! We need to get closer. We can't let him bolt.
We have our relic.
Venatori don't need that relic.
You're here to stop me. You can't stop the Venatori. This power.
Well, what? Impress a risen god. Can you control it?
Shut up!
Look out!
Cool to see the red lyrium stuff in action.
Look out!
Finish them now.
Got us at range. Watch it.
That spot. Move. End it now.
Get clear.
For sure.
The Venatori's power is on the rise, and this part's mine.
Neve Gallus will stop you.
End it now. We're on fire. Look out.
Oh, Jesus.
You okay, Rook?
Relic! Got more demons!
Oh, good. This wasn't fun enough.
This design looks so cool.
Rana, here to check on me.
I wasn't expecting a fight, or this much of a fight.
Well, surprise.
Hitting us from range.
Take the shot. Under fire.
You won't walk away from here!
More demons! If they break away!
We need to stop them here.
You think I won't walk away from this?
You won't be releasing any more demons.
And you're the smuggler. I know you. You're part of the Thread Crime Syndicate. Smuggling, sure. But red lyrium. Working with Venatori. It's not your style.
Here they are. My son is no cultist. He was completely misled. I appreciate your help, Knight Commander. Let's go.
Nice try. The Venatori rise.
You know he's guilty. How much did it cost the Magister?
Watch it, Gallus, or you'll be charged.
With what? I tie something up and you undo it. Isn't this familiar?
Save the sob story. We got the smuggler. Or do you want Bataris to release her, too?
I'll find a way to fix this.
Damn it.
Classic boy getting bailed out by the rich father, especially in Tevinter.
If If we hadn't been there, how many people would be hurt? Abataris doesn't care.
No.
But you do.
Isn't that the rub?
So what now?
We stopped the demons. We got the relic and the smuggler. The shadows will watch the cult. If that leads to the gods, they'll send word. It's not perfect, but count your wins. You don't always get them, especially here.
It wasn't a perfect ending, but Docktown was safe. From tonight's demons, anyway. Neve's past was coming back to haunt her. She just didn't know it yet.
Ooh, that's a nice little hook for something coming up. I like that shot. That's a great scene. The smuggled relic case complete. Following a Shadow Dragon lead and a tip from her Templar contact, Rana, Neve stopped Venatori Albin Bataris from claiming a dangerous relic. But the involvement of the Thread Crime Syndicate took Neve by surprise. Working with the cult's not their style. What's worse, Bataris' rich father bribed his son out of trouble. Neve wasn't happy, but that's her life in Minratha. She takes the win she can get. We got some exhaustive notes. A notebook containing breakdowns of complex theories. Extremely detailed notes are scrawled in the margins, helping flesh out leads. Nice. Alright, we've leveled up. We're now level 9. And now it's time to talk to the crows to find the mage killer. Nice little mission there going back to Minrathous and being in Docktown. So what we're being able to see is there's exploration there that is currently inaccessible. So it's kind of not pushing me to explore all the nooks and crannies because it'll like just end up with me not being able to proceed, and then I have to wait until I can come back later and then collect it again. So I might end up going for more of a straightforward run, picking up the things that are like directly on my path instead of running into potential just dead ends and not really finding anything. And it's not super story relevant, the exploration. So it might be a point where I go and explore and pick up items and we'll see what we get, but there could be like just some off-screen item collections as we progress with the story primarily. So I think that's probably what we'll do, and I think it makes sense to do that given the fact that you're like, this door is currently inaccessible and this door is locked from the other side, and that sort of progression that will open up later. So it'll be much better to clear the way later on, I reckon. Let's increase the strength of that, and let's do more damage during time slow. We have a skill point of our own, and we're pushing off in this direction. So we're about to get Fury of the Forge, a projectile strike for fire damage. Burning steel blades rain down on your enemies. And in the Codex, we have Lore on the Shadow Dragons. We have Detective turned Shadow. An old unsigned letter haphazardly filed with handwriting samples, annotated by Neve. Neve Gallus. Slight slant in the penmanship, narrow loops. I know you know who I am. I know you're a few people, and another I didn't know about. Check. I suspect you know who I work with. Smooth connectors, good ink, but can't fully hide the flourish. Expensive schooling. A time and place will follow. You'll know when you see them. If you're interested, we could use someone like you. Is this where I bring the light? Interesting. Okay, that's cool. Seeing, like, working out the penmanship and the handwriting and stuff like that, it's a cool way to have a codex note. And the ornate bottle is Aleutian popular among the Minrathous elite, said to create a tingling sensation felt from the Imperial Highway up to the Archon's Palace, if you know what I mean. Alright. And does anyone on the map wish to speak with us? Yes. Balara has an exclamation mark, and so does Harding, so we'll take that as an opportunity to chat to some characters. So, a perspective that I get here in relation to the companions and dialogue is there's a bit of a change that works. I guess there's positives and negatives to it. So, the companions now give you a very clear update when they have conversations and new things. And what that does is that allows you to not continuously repeat going to characters, being like, do they have anything new for me? Have I gone through this dialogue before? That sort of thing. So it saves you some time. But I still would love if there was like the exclamation mark. You can talk with them, you can investigate them, have a bit more of an actual conversation instead of just one scene. And then if there's not an exclamation mark, then you don't need to investigate them anymore. I think it is good for that reason, that you can be like, cool, I know when to go to companions to talk to them. I know when I'm going to miss a potential conversation. That's really good. But I do still miss that element of being able to like talk to them at will and be like, hey, what's going on? Or like say that like the story events just happened, and you could talk to your other companions and they could comment on those events. Things like that, you know?
Manifestation.
Okay, we can upgrade our caretaker's workshop to increase the item's statistics. Finding another version of an existing item or purchasing it from a merchant will increase the item stats as well. And collecting mementos out in the world will let you upgrade the caretaker's workshop. Upgrading it will increase the number of enchantments on offer and increase the power level of all weapons. So yeah, buying these mementos as we find them is a great idea. So we can get to shop rank 2 at the moment. Alright, there's upgrades done. So Neve's lantern isn't on because she's got nothing for us. But Balara's is. The lights are on and someone's home.
Oh, shit! No! Okay. Try again. Deep breaths. There. Oh, God, damn it. Oh, no! Sorry. Just breaking things.
I'm trying to fix this thing and it's not currently fixed, so I'm going to bash it to break it further. And then I'm going to be like, I don't know why this thing's broken.
Easy there. Smashing things won't help.
Sorry, I'm frustrated. My thoughts aren't lining up. The Eluvian was easy. Once I replaced the resonance crystals, adjusted the lyrium lens, it worked fine. I mean, I had to realign the matrices, but it just worked. Not like this thing.
This stuff's thousands of years old. Nobody could figure it out right away. Also, what is it exactly?
It's the Nodus Derthalin, the 8th archive. I heard it was gone forever, but here it is.
So, what does it do?
It knows things, whatever its creator knew, at least. So much knowledge, all the wonders of Elvenon. Or at least bits of them, which is more than we have. Once I figure it out, at least, whoever made it was powerful, but clumsy. It's resonating off tempo. Need to match it. First, introduce a microfracture, but before that, you'll need the Fate Harmonics, so... Sorry, I ramble sometimes. I'm a rambler. Ruined a lot of relationships. Most of the people I've been with didn't care for it. And I'm doing it. Again.
I've been known to ramble now and then. Sometimes I get ahead of my thoughts, and when I try to sort them out, they're all jumbled.
Right, and they're slippery and fast, and you can only catch some of them. Oh, I wish I could catch the thought that would let me fix this thing. I'll get back to it. Soon. But I think I need a break. Maybe take a nap, and I can finish later.
Personally, I always endorse napping.
Right. Never underestimate a good nap. Anyways, let me know if you need me. I'll be ready.
They'd found someone who could fix their mirror. One of Arlathan's own Veil Jumpers. just what they were looking for. And Balara had found something else. An artifact that held a wealth of lost knowledge. But a prize like that was going to attract more attention than they'd bargained for.
The Code of the Tree, Alan Wake. Balara's notes on the Lighthouse. I love these little Varric scenes. The art in those is really good. As someone who is neurodivergent and has ADHD and can ramble, I totally get Balara's attitude and ramblings, but I'm also just like, it's okay, Balara, you can settle down. So I get it, and I understand it. I can tell that that's the vibe they're going for. Balara is very neurodivergent, that is for sure. And her hyperfixation is tinkering and fixing things, or breaking them and then fixing them again. And rambling. Balara's notes in the Lighthouse. I can't believe we're in the Dreadwolf's old home? Base? I don't know the specific word exactly. We're calling it the Lighthouse. There's a lot of history here. It looks like part of a temple. Did he pull it all into the Fade? That would take an incredible amount of magic. There are a lot of personal touches too. I was expecting more gold. A throne maybe? But Harding tells me that was never the Dreadwolf's style. I mean, Balara would know that, right? Balara would be like super knowledgeable on Fen-Harel, the Dreadwolf, that whole story of the rebellion, but I guess maybe she falls in line of more of the liar, trickster god element of it. We've got Harding teaching Balara about the ancient elves, specifically Solus. Harding also calls him Solus. Everyone does, but I don't know if I can learn to call him that. Fen-Harel, maybe. I can get there. So that's the weird head thing that she's trying to fix. This is the same thing. I guess her rambling was the reason why her and Irulan broke up. Irulan was like, God damn. What you got for me, Harding? Okay, so less of a talking scene at the door and more of a talking in person.
I'm heading out to practice my new magic. I could use some moral support. I really have to get better at using my new abilities. Don't want to drop a rock on someone's head.
An unfamiliar sense. Oh, cool. Is this this companion quest? Yeah, companion quest. An unfamiliar sense. Harding wants to get better at using her strange new abilities and heads to Arlathan Forest for some much-needed practice. Find an Eluvian that leads to Arlathan. Harding's stone sense is still new and unfamiliar to her. She hopes to gain more experience with her gifts and heads to Arlathan Forest for practice. Nice. Okay, so we've got companion quests opening up. We have faction and region-related quests, and we've got our story stuff too. So that's starting to really flesh out now, which is awesome. And we are going to end this episode of Dragon Age the Veilguard here, as we have finished another quest and return to the Lighthouse. Next time, we will head on out and choose a new mission and a new destination. Thank you so much for watching and joining me for another new episode. The confirmation that we're able to go back to previous locations or explore new areas within them is good. I am excited that we can go to Tevinter or Minrathous, and then we're able to see and experience more of it. It's not just you go there and then you leave and you can't go back. So looking forward to more of that and more companions as we flesh out our lighthouse. And I think our mage killer is going to be a new one of those. So we'll get to that next time. I'll see you then.